Could Jocelyn be in the squad this week? And Regis was maybe a little bit soon for him, Jocelyn's out.
Yeah, he's ready. He might be in the squad. He was 21st against Liverpool. We decided to stay safe, but now he's ready. Yeah.
And is there a temptation to consider giving Malka his debut in this game, or you went with Robin at Everton when you had Anthony Patterson in the house? Do you want to go with your first choice goalkeeper?
It's not decided yet, but the key message is to go strong. And does that mean that Malka is not ready?
Yeah.
He's ready, but after that it's a question of balance.
Yeah. And Omar looked like he might have picked up an injury in the final stages of the game the other night. Can you just give us an update on that?
Yeah, he struggles with his foot. Got a kick 2 weeks ago, I think, and probably he will rest this weekend. Yeah.
You don't think it's an injury? It just makes sense to
just to rest. Yeah.
You talked a little bit earlier about the review of the Liverpool game and maybe struggling to create chances, and obviously you faced two incredibly difficult opponents. There's been a lot of debate about your decision to play Trey on the right of midfield and whether that hurts the team from an attacking sense. Can you just talk through your view on why you made that decision and what you feel Trey's contributed to the team? Because of course he played that role against Burnley and Crystal Palace as well.
Yeah, he played many times in this position. Liverpool are strong. To be fair, they were better the second leg compared with the first, and we have different options. Not many wingers at the minute, but this setup worked well in the past. Obviously, the opponent with video analysis can now manage our strength, so we have to evolve. Probably it wasn't the best game for our right side. It wasn't only Trey alone, it's a question of connection. But so far they worked well together. It gives the opportunity for Nordi to use his power and strength to exploit wide areas, compensated by Trey. Now it wasn't enough to surprise Liverpool.
Do you think it's too simplistic to say if you picked Shamsdean or Remain in that position on the right that the team would get more from an attacking sense because they're a natural winner?
Yeah, probably. It's not so easy. We have, I think, talented young players, but this league is relentless. So they had opportunities and through different games. It wasn't just one or two. And they struggled as well, which is normal, I repeat, and because they need time, support, and they need to go across different experiences, often tough, to get better. After that, you have to find a balance between the offensive part of the game and the defensive part. And we conceded only one goal, but I think it could have been heavier because the Liverpool were strong with the ball. So if you are not balanced, maybe you might say we'll create more, but you can be more exposed as well. So it's always a question of balance. At the end of the game, we can't rewrite the story because we can't play twice. It's done. But so far, this setup worked well.
And just lastly, I don't know how much involvement he'll have at Oxford, but Chris Rigg is someone who could potentially come in, you think, for some minutes. We spoke just before the transfer window ended, and at that point you were saying maybe might consider a loan for him, like those discussions are ongoing. Could you just sort of outline what ultimately you're thinking and the club's thinking was in the end about just keeping Chris in the building and how you kind of feel his development as well?
The group is small at the minute. We have 21 players in the first team, plus three goalkeepers, so it's not massive. And it gives him automatically opportunities to play, even if it's not now. Just because the squad is not big, you know that you will be involved at times. It's not the case at the moment because we have other players, but the structure, the dynamic of a season is often like that. You have to wait for opportunities, and he works well every day. He's really well connected. He's intense. It's part of the journey of a young player. He's really young. It's important to remind ourselves. And he started a few games, was involved in few games as well, so it's just a question of time.
Thank you. I know would like to see? I know he'd like to have played more, Chris, but have you seen a difference in him? Have you seen a big improvement in him this season, learning under the likes of Granit and Noah and Habib?
Yeah, we had many conversations with him about his pathway. So he's a really young and talented player. So went through the first stages really easily because he's talented. So playing with the under 15, 16, 17, etc., etc., within the young national teams as well, it was easy for him. So now, when you reach the last stage, especially in the Premier League, the competition is totally different. And you, as a young player, you didn't develop before the skills to face this new challenge. So now it's time to develop this part, and I think he's doing well. At the beginning, it was probably a bit surprised because I used to play, and now it's not the case. What's happened? It's just the competition will come in the real life, and so this part of his journey is really important. And I think he's doing well. He's patient and he works hard.
You said there it's easy to forget how old or how young he is. Do you almost have to remind him at times?
Yes, probably. But humans are humans. Huh? You want to play. You are not really patient. But I think his character, his composure are really good.
Just one more on Oxford from last season. We were talking to Ronaldo after the game on Wednesday night, and he mentioned it. He talked about the game last season, the defeat there. Has it been talked about? I'm curious as to how he knows about it.
Yes, I don't know. To be fair,
Just doing his homework.
Maybe it was the press conference after the game. My reaction.
I was surprised.
We also spoke to Virgil van Dijk, and he was saying how impressed he's been with Sunderland this season, but also with Brian Brobby. Obviously, he knows, and he said there's still an awful lot more to come from him. Do you agree?
Yeah, and the two centre backs were really good. Van Dijk and Konate were absolutely fantastic. And we spoke a bit with Brian this morning. So it shows that they respected us, and it is what it is. They are Liverpool, and we faced a big challenge.
What's the next step for him? What does he need to do to make the next step in his game?
I think he needs to keep going. And with more opportunities, more connections with his teammates, the normal process of improvement. It was tough. He had 3 or 4 opportunities, but the defenders were really excellent. So just keep going and keep the same mindset.
It feels to me like he gets a bit of a rough ride from the referees. I don't know whether it's because he's so physical. There's been a fair few.
Yeah, I do agree. The referee recognized his mistake after the halftime. It was it was a pen for him. His style of play is physical, and but he needs respect and probably a different point of view because it's not a usual style of play. And I think at the minute, it might be rewarded more often. Sure.
Thank you.